Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing a mummy venom mage of Gozag, and if you're getting a sense of deja vu because we're standing on the entrance of the lair, that's because this is exactly where we were when we started the last video, I think, or something like that. And then I went downstairs and there was a snake, and why does it always have to be snakes, right? But now we've trained up some short blades and we found a dagger of electrocution that hopefully will enable us to deal with threats like this. Plus we picked up a few levels of experience. Most stuff in Lair is going to be poisonable. And so the stuff that isn't, hopefully we can just use this dagger against. Like, I don't know, I hear people say, like, if you play a squishy race like Deep Elf, well, I'd rather have... Actually, are there any fire threats in Lair? Sometimes there are fire bats. And, like, you could run into Herald or something. I don't want it to be cursed, but I think I will continue to wear it. Oh, and let's actually go upstairs and read some of these scrolls. Amnesia. Let's forget Sting. It's terrible. Immolation, really. Okay. Mapping. Fine. Recharge. Haste? Anyway, I just, like, people, I know I've said this in a lot of videos. People say, like, if you play, like, a squishy race, you just can't ever melee anything. You gotta go all conjurations all the time, and, it's just, like, I don't see it at all. Like, here I am playing a mummy, and I've just got a dagger, and, like, that's plenty, right? You just have to not... If all you train is conjurations, then yes, you have to attack things with conjurations only. But it's not... There's no race that you can't do melee with. And on most characters, not all. Like, I've had... Actually, when have I last had a character where I didn't want to melee anything? It's pretty rare. But, you can certainly be primary spell damage, for sure. But having... Wow, this is a lot of stuff. Having something to do against enemies who are kind of, like, beneath your notice is nice. You don't want to have to spend a firestorm on every rat, right? I mean, in the extreme, you want to be able to kill those without wasting any of your MP. And save your MP for scary monsters. Like there, like I'd be happy to use Toxic Radiance on frogs, but I can also just tab one. It's no big deal. Alright, so recharging that hasting was a fine choice. We didn't waste any charges. Ooh, Book of the Warp, huh? It doesn't have Blink. But I could see us having a use for Warp Weapon, maybe, in the future. I guess it doesn't really have anything that I'm going to want real soon now. But... Alright, spiny frogs are scary business, which is why electrocution is just so good. Yeah, this looks like it's going okay. And I want to turn off short blades when they get up to 10. But it's good that we... I was hoping to get a stab. It's maybe a little bit greedy. Ooh, it's a little bit sketchy in there. Komodo dragons are frightening foes. But anyway, I'm glad that we got a little bit more experience before coming to Lair, and that we found this... Oh, speaking of fire threats, let's put this on, shall we? Yeah, there's Herald, all right. Gozag, I could use some help here. Resistance would help. but I think just might. Oh, resistance and agility. That's a good choice. Yeah, let's take that. Haste would be nice too. But do I really want to pay another 400 gold for haste? Not real for haste, not really. Yeah, with resistance up, this is just no problem at all. Nice. And agility to dodge his other attacks. I like it. Thanks, Gozag. 3 scrolls of enchant weapon. That's nuts. Read O on A. Nice. We have a +7 dagger already. And if we want to rebrand it temporarily as Distortion, like, we can do that in the future. And that's another great brand for a dagger, because if you only spend enough experience in weapons to be able to use a dagger, you tend to be a character who, like, just can't deal with heavy hitters in melee. And Distortion is a brand of, like, make things go away. What do we do with this? I would love a wand of heal wounds, but I already have the other big wands, so it would be sort of wishing for a specific thing, which I try not to do. A book? Maybe. I don't usually like wishing for books because you tend to get junk. And the spells I have are alright. I could wish for a weapon, but I've already got like a +7 dagger. I'd like a quick blade, and actually I'm quite likely to get one. But also I just spent a bunch of scrolls of enchant weapon. Armor? I mean, my armor is fine. I would probably get +0 boots or some junk like that. Jewelry? I think I'm gonna say book, actually. Like, believe it or not. Just something... Well, do I really want book, though? Like, I have access to some decent summoning spells. And the Book of the Warp. So maybe that's not a good plan. I have a way to branch out into a different magic school if I want it, and I have all the poison spells I'll ever want. I mean, Poison Arrow is good, but... Well, what do we want? I just don't know. And, like, it's tempting to leave it alone for a while and come back later, but getting something good now is just so much better than getting something... I think I'm just going to wish for armor, actually. It's probably going to be useless, but so would anything else. And, you know, this way... It might not be useless. Could be a pretty big upgrade. Well, with Gozag, I'll get plenty of armor. With Gozag, I'll get plenty of everything, though, right? So I don't know if that's much of an argument. Let's just get armor. A hat. Okay. +1 hat of intelligence. That's fine. I lose 2 AC in exchange for +3 int. Actually, that doesn't seem like a very good deal. But once I have some more enchant armor, it'll be a good deal again. I don't really need the extra int right now, but it's nice to have available. So I don't know, like, that's why they call them Scroll of Disappointment, right? But, like, it wasn't bad. It was fine. It could have gone a lot worse. Okay. Can we, like, get just one guy's attention? Looks like yes. The other guys woke up, but they don't know where I am. Speaking of blink frogs, which I was just fighting, I think that there's a bit of trivia about blink frogs, which used to be true and is no longer true. They used to be the only monster in the game that I'm aware of that didn't mind distortion effects. It healed them instead of hurting them. Because they're like naturally blinky, right? Yeah, none of these spells look good. But I think, you know, in the past month or so, that was removed because it's just sort of like silly and doesn't really make sense and is not obvious. Like, Crawl doesn't like to require the player to know strange things that you know, I don't know. It wants to be consistent, I guess. And there are plenty of special cases that exist, but unnecessary special cases. That's nice to have. Oh, that's right. I was wearing this thing because there are no fire threats in Lair, especially now that I've killed Herald already. So I don't know. I think it's good, I think, that blink frogs are no longer this weird special case. Whoa, that's a little bit too much at a time. But it's also a bit of a shame that like that strange bit of trivia that I knew is no longer relevant. Okay, we're almost ready, and I think it's about time to stop training fighting as well and work on, I don't know, maybe dodging, maybe another spell school, probably not more poison magic. Alright, black mambas are a bit scary. They attack quite hard, I think. Apparently not. Okay, so what do we work on next? We could do evocations if we want to like head towards that Rod of Clouds. We could maybe we could just use some stealth, but we could pick up some summonings. Or maybe translocations. I kind of like the idea of summons, but I'm using Toxic Radiance, which would just poison all my summons, so maybe that's not such a good plan. What other stuff could I learn? Like, I mean, I could learn Summon Lightning Spire, right? And I think Ice Beast and Guardian Golem are also immune to poison. But Canine Familiar is like the summoning spell I would want, and it's not immune to poison. So, in fact, it would be killed quite quickly. Killed quite quickly. Lots of sounds. So I think summoning is probably not the avenue to go. What's in the Book of the Warp? I mean, obviously a bunch of translocation spells. You know, like Force Lance is a good spell to have, but it's dual school. It would take a lot of training. You know, Warp Weapon is good, but I already have Electrocution, which is good enough at this stage of the game. Only in like the very late game am I going to really prefer Distortion, I think, if ever. So none of that is too appealing either. Interesting. Maybe I just pick up some miscellaneous stuff, huh? Some stealth and some dodging to go with all the fighting. Yeah. I mean, or I could do evocations, actually. I love Rod of Clouds. No argument there. Where did that frog go? A wand of heal wounds. Are you kidding? This is great. We are getting like so many wands. Why did we even pick Gozag if we're gonna get wands like this? You know, it would be well worth like funding wand shops to get stuff like this, but they're just gonna be lying around on the ground. Great. You know, if all I have to do is fund scroll shops to recharge them on occasion. But like, I mean, for a mummy, a Wand of Heal Wounds is way, like, it's very good. Even better than it is for most characters, because you can't just drink potions of Heal Wounds or Curing. Wand of Heal Wounds is like your only reliable self-heal. There's Mod. Let's just get a potion petition up. Haste and Brilliance. That seems like the standout choice here. Okay. Wow, that hurts. Can I just, like, use haste to kite her indefinitely and never have to actually touch her? I think that's my plan. Yeah, that seems like it's actually going to work, which is quite remarkable. Hydra? What? Where? How about like a wand? No, it's like never gonna hit her. Let's just hit her with a Wand of Frost, like, while I have a spare turn. There's the Hydra. Okay. A Wand of Cold? Does a little damage. I mean, you could kill it with a Wand of Cold if you had to. Fan of Gales, please. Mod is dying, which is great, and I'm hasted. Let's get another potion petition, because I could use like a heal wounds and maybe an agility or something. Invisibility would be cool too. Ugh, this is not a great... Well, invisibility and agility I guess is fine. I was hoping for heal wounds, but I'll take this. Alright, there goes the Hydra. And we're still radiating toxic energy, and Mod doesn't know where we are, even. Okay, cool. So it cost us, I don't know, like 700 gold or something. But we killed Mod, we killed a Hydra, and that's fine. I guess it also cost us some wand charges. But we have we have 2 wands of cold. I don't mind spending I would rather just run away from a Hydra, but there was Mod presenting problems, so I decided to kill it. And I was happy, given that I wanted to kill it, spending some wand charges on it. And Toxic Radiance plus Gozag really just took care of that, I guess. And I guess, I have all the wands. I have a Wand of Invisibility. I have Wands of Hasting. But I would rather, I guess, save those and prefer to spend Gozag Piety, in air quotes there, because, of course, it's just gold. I don't know, save them for situations where I need specifically that one thing on that one turn, and use Gozag's Potion Petition for when, I just want whatever buffs. Maybe that's silly, because Gozag is arguably stronger. You get, many buffs in a single turn. But I don't know. I think either way is fine. I don't think it's a big deal which of those I choose to use first. And it looks like the stealth training is sort of paying off. We're not getting, a bunch of stabs, but enemies are not immediately converging on our location, which was the point. Oh, I guess that's probably the Hydra. Yeah, I think that's the Hydra that we that woke up and came after us while we were fighting Mod. And I would have used my Wand of Heal Wounds instead of a Gozag Potion Petition, because I felt like that turn I actually did want specifically Heal Wounds. But it was unidentified, and I didn't want to spend a bunch of charges on a single Heal Wounds when like a Gozag Potion Petition would probably include Heal Wounds and would be fine anyway. It turns out it didn't have Heal Wounds, but it had invisibility and agility, which was fine. I think I need more spell power, actually, on Toxic Radiance. It's not doing as much as I would like against stuff like Griffins in here. They're not just melting like Orcs would. Yeah, so I'll just turn it on, whatever. Actually, it's not really going to do anything if I just give it a quarter of my experience, so I'll leave it alone, and once my other skills are a little higher, maybe I'll go back in. Actually, I'm kind of curious, like, how fast does it kill this guy? It's doing all right. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, this poor iguana. Where did he go? He's running away. He can't find me, and he's getting poisoned. All right, it doesn't really matter, though. Okay. Lair's going not quickly, but it's not like atrociously slow either. Book of Ice. So that's a direction we could go. Bolt of Cold is a fine spell. And Freezing Cloud is great. They're long-term goals to get either one of them up. Azukuba's Refrigeration would be cheaper to get up. But they all don't really deal with undead at all. Which is a big problem we already have, and I don't really want to make it worse. I would rather make it better. Look at the sky. Okay. Huh. So this is all like long-term stuff as well. We could get Airstrike up. And that deals with some poison-resistant threats. I don't know. I kind of like just... The stuff in the Book of the Sky, it's okay. I just don't want any of these old weapons anymore. Alright, we found Spider. That's good, I think. Most stuff in Spider is not poison resistant. In fact, it is poison susceptible. And so as a Venom Mage, we should be fine in there. The only thing is it would be nice to have Clarity, because otherwise the Tarantellas can confuse us. And as a Mummy, unable to quaff potions of curing, that can just be, oh, you're dead now. I don't know what's going to happen to Amulet of Clarity. There's a lot going on Trunk right now, which falls under the general category of Amulet reform. The developers are just making a lot of changes to amulets in general, and I read through earlier today the discussions that were had on the forums about like what's perceived as wrong with amulets, what the intended changes are going to be, and like, I don't know. We don't know. That's the thing about Trunk. You never know like what's going to stick around. The developers are always trying to improve the game, And Trunk is got a lot of experimental stuff that might never actually make it to real life, to like a stable release. And if something ends up making the game worse instead of better, they take it back out, or put it back in if it was something they removed. I don't totally understand what the plan is yet for all of the amulet removal. I don't even remember why I started talking about amulet removal, come to think of it. Clarity, that's why. I don't think clarity is being removed right away. Or even, like, I don't think it's on the chopping block at all. But there was some talk about removing it. I don't know if it was at all serious. There was also a feature request, please remove amulets. I think I said that. But I didn't mean it. Because I'm not really... I don't pay too much attention to, like, the big... Or rather, I'm not too involved in the big design and balance changes. I don't have a gigantic plan for, like, here's some things that I think are wrong with crawl, and it would be better if XYZ were changed. Like, the stuff that I work on is... Like, I fixed something the other day where it was like, this one thing, it was, the message came printed out a little weird, and I would like it if it were a different message, and so I changed that. What? Hey, this is completely unfair. Get out of here, man. Can't appear right next to me. It's ridiculous. Okay, sure. So I guess we're probably teleporting, but I'm gonna try walking away and see what happens. I'm a little stealthy. See? I got a little distance, and now I can just run away without using up a teleport. On the other hand, the stairs I'm going towards already have another Hydra parked there, so it could get a little bit hairy. Can we, like, kill some yaks on the way, maybe? I think this yak's gonna die. Alright, I had to stab him once. Oh, that yak's almost dead. Let's hit him with a Wand of Frost. Ah, got him! Nice. Alright, let's head back to these safe zone stairs. And just keep on going. No more Hydras being dropped on top of me, please, Crawl. That's just ridiculous. Ah, fire drakes are a fire threat in lair that I had forgotten about. Yeah, I get stabbed. I think our stealth is fine now. Like, maybe I'll let it get to 5 or something. But I don't need to be stabbing things. I just need to be able to run away from things is all. Fights I don't want to engage in. Okay, down we go. And actually, this is the halfway point for lair. So let me just get to a down stair. Ugh, not that way. And then we can call this a video. Next video, hopefully we can finish up lair. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.